So, hi friends, this is V. Srinivas from New Agent Faculty, Senior Foundation, Social Studies Department. From in the today's class, we take sixth lesson, Population of India. So, in this subtopic is overpopulation and its problems, even how to control the subtopic. Once again, subtopic is about what are the problems of the overpopulation and how to control the overpopulation. So, how to control the population growth. So, in which first of all, when talking about our lesson earlier, we discussed reasons for the overpopulation, and in this video, we take what are the problems due to overpopulation. It's a world problem. It's the problem of the world. Most of the countries like China, Brazil, India are facing a big problem, particularly unable to control their population. So their population has been increasing. Population has been increasing. See, it's really causes. It's a burden. It's a big burden in the world. So particularly some countries are facing a kind of problem. Some countries facing a kind of problem due to overpopulation. So under the circumstances, what are the problems, general problems that we are facing from this overpopulation? That is the topic today, and how to control this overpopulation. What are the measures that we need to take to control the population? This is the subtopic in this lesson, and we'll take first one, problems due to overpopulation. So population as optimum level is a resource. Population at the optimum level is a resource. If it is more, you mean that excess population leads to burden. So my point is here, more population, more burden. So optimum population is a resource. So that population must be there. But if it is more beyond to the limits, so definitely there are several problems we are facing. First problem, just see that rapid depletion of natural resources. So that talking about first problem, rapid depletion of natural resources. You mean that natural resources like oil, petroleum, minerals, forest, followed by the soil. And see, these are all the resources will be emptied. You mean that more population, if there is a more population, there is a more demand. More population, more demand. For all these resources, example, take electricity. We need to get more and more electricity. So electricity requirement and its demands will be increased. When we require more electricity, when you require more electricity, automatically we will burn more and more thermal coal. So that thermal coal will be burnt more. So like whatever that. Example takes we need more food grains. To get more and more food grains because of overpopulation, we need to cultivate more and more crops. So this is a big problem in this. This soil erosion, dumping more and more chemicals to get more and more yielding. So soil will be eroded. At the same time, forest will be destroyed because we need more timber, coal, furniture and all. As people are increasing, the demands also will be increased. You take what? Just like you take natural gas and its oil and everything will be consumed more and more. So when people are more, definitely demand for every commodity, every good will be more. So under these circumstances, when population is more, automatically resources will be emptied. This is the first point you need to take. And coming to the second point, when population increasing, automatically drinking water problems will be there. So you know very well, even though we have completed 75 years or more than 75 years of independence, still we are not able to give drinking water for many people in India. There are people using fluoride water, and there are diseases, they are facing several problems. You mean safe drinking water that we are not able to provide. Government is spending money and allotting a budget on particular area and some drinking water facilities are being given, but still we are not able to give fresh and drinking water for all the people of India. You mean that when people are less in number, it's easy to provide things required for the people, so that it will be big crisis in future, drinking water problems, because surface water and empty, right? Availability of surface water is decreased. So we are all depending upon underground water. So that in future definitely there will be a problem. Only few rich people can enjoy all these facilities, but not a poorer section of society. This is the second problem. Coming to the sewage treatment, you know very well, sewage problem is there in almost all the countries. Sewage problem that is there in almost all the countries, because talking about this dump acts increasing, and so dump acts increasing, we don't know how to treat sewage plant, how to use it, sewage plants. It is accumulated like no hillside. You take Delhi, Mumbai, and Kolkata and Hyderabad. These are all cities where due to more population, whatever that see that the waste that is collected from that see that we don't know how to treat them. So that's a big problem. When all the sewage plants are more and dump acts are more, automatically there are problems. People who are living in that nearby areas, because there are to see from that we can see some gases that can be released from that. So it leads to a kind of problem. We can't treat, we can't do that, we can't face that, we can't face that. So my point is here. That will be major. Third point, maybe major point at present most of the countries facing. That is our sewage treatment plants. Sewage treatment is the biggest issue when people are more. Because the urbanization is taking place, right? Urbanization is taking place, and more and more people are gathering in urban areas. So the dump yards not there, and the government is not able to do anything. So these are all problems we can find in this third point. Coming to the extinction of many plants and animals, this is a big question. India is a country facing this problem where we can find large number of people are there, large number of species of plants and animals are destroyed. You know very well, so many types of birds earlier were there, but at present not. So many types of birds were there earlier. So and now these birds and animals are disappeared. This is because the way we treat them, the way we use them, the way we domesticate them, the way we protect them. So that's the reason. You mean that people must in a position to protect animals and as well as plants. Without any responsibility, we are cutting forest, cutting all trees, and there are smugglers, there are traders, there are people secretly hiding this timber and exporting to some other countries. You mean that plants all disappear and animals also disappear. So most of the forest area disappeared. Large number of species and their categories totally disturbed. So this is because of the population, more population and more demand. When more demand is there, automatically people can use almost all the things. So this is a biggest threat at present. The extinction of many plants and the animals in the present. It is the problem of the world. It's not the problem of India. Most of the countries facing this problem. So that's why we need to grow forest. We need to take some measures for afforestation. We need to grow. We need to plant saplings. And the children you must take every day. You must look into the plants and you must try to give the water for the plants. It is better to plant the saplings in our areas. At the same time, animals also must be protected. Animal is what you call this. So places are to be developed. So what we say that particularly without protection of these animals you can't do it. So this is a kind of work that needs to be done, but we are not doing because of that. Again, water saving. When large number of people are here, the demand for water is increasing. At the same time, they are using water, and because at the same time industrialization is a process is taking place. Industrialization is taking place. At the same time, large number of industries using water. Whatever the wastewater that is there, that's being dumping into the cities, into the rivers, lakes, and tanks. At the same time, from the most of the urban areas, whatever the wastewater that is gathered, it is moving towards rivers. So, because of urbanization, because of industrialization, because of the growth of the more technology, because of all the things, because of more population, definitely they can consume more and more water, and the water is being polluted because of that. At the same time, we're talking about this modernization of agriculture. Modernization of agriculture. You mean that we are using chemicals to produce more and more, to get more and more yielding. Chemicals are being used and pesticides, fertilizers are being used. So automatically, talking about this, soil is polluted, and whatever water that comes from the soil and from areas towards tanks, towards the river, also polluted. So you mean that water pollution is a major threat in this particular area. Water pollution because of what? Because of overpopulation. How it is linked with? So because when population more, when people are more, production more and more goods are to be produced. Either in the industries or in the agricultural sector, more and more goods are to be produced. So industrialization process is taking place, and every day larger number of goods are being produced because of what? Because demand is there. Why demand? What's the reason for the demand? Because of the more population. When population more, automatically demand is more for the industrial goods and as well as agricultural goods. So here farmers decide into industrialists can give priority for spending more money, and they can produce more and more goods. So in this process, definitely they can consume water, they can pollute our soil, they can pollute water also. So that water pollution is the biggest threat. So that's a major point. And coming to the sixth point, hunger due to unemployment. So talking about the countries, governments they cannot success, because when people are more, automatically whatever requirements are there to the people cannot be given to the government. The government cannot provide employment opportunities. So there are large number of people without jobs. Even though they are educated, even though that they have completed graduation, post-graduation, most of the people not able to get job. So when the job not there, what we call them unemployed, right? When unemployment is more, automatically hunger will be there. When job not there, when unemployment is there, so automatically money won't be in the hands of the people. They cannot go and purchase what are the things required for them. It will be always the biggest problem in the country. So most of the people can move on the streets without job, without money. So how can you expect that? It leads to hunger, it leads to starvation, it leads to death of the infants, right? Because when food is not given, when nutrients are not given, when things are bad and so situation is bad, and see that we can't see hunger due to unemployment. I'm talking about when population is more, definitely these kind of things are more. Government cannot do anything. It's not in the hands of the government. Government can literally fail, because it cannot create job employment opportunities. It cannot create. It's a big problem. So that's why what we need to do. We need to control them. We need to control the population. So this is biggest. This will be the biggest threat for every country. Unemployment. Large number of people in India and in the world without jobs. Particularly during this period, during Corona period, most of the people lost their job. Because if that job that's not there, the jobs which are not created, definitely what about these people? How they will live? What about food that they require? It's not the way. It's not the way to create, to do that. We need to control population. We need to provide the jobs for the people who are living here, and then based on that, definitely all the people can enjoy happy life. But unfortunately, that's not taking place in our country. In most of the countries like Brazil, China, India, like so many countries facing this problem. Even in Indonesia, even in Canada, even in the USA, there are people still unemployed. Unemployees are there. This is another, because hunger, because of this. Then coming to the poverty. So most of the people, when population more, you take a family. In a family, there are 5 children or 6 children, and the parent cannot provide anything. Family members, always they cannot get anything. Whatever requirement that are there, minimum needs also cannot be taken by this family. Whereas you take another family having 2 children, can give, can provide education, can provide nutrients, can provide food and everything for these people. So my point is here, extreme poverty due to more number of people in a country. So poor people at present in India, around 28 to 30% people are poor people in India, according to 2011 estimations. So why this poverty still that is there in the country? What is the reason for that? Even though government is spending money, government introducing many schemes, so many aspects are there, so many schemes are there, programs are there. Why still these large number of people are in poverty? What is the reason? Reason is here: overpopulation. Overpopulation will be always a big problem. At the same time, another problem we are facing, that is about we don't get fresh air. Example already that started in most of the cities like Delhi, Hyderabad, Mumbai, and there are people who are not able to get fresh air because when larger people are there, automatically the levels of oxygen and of carbon dioxide will be changed. Imbalance that is generally taking place. So in this process, definitely there will be a big problem, and fresh air won't be, and fresh air is not there, and there are certain diseases that are there for the people. So that skin related and lungs related problems can be seen for the people who are living in this country. My point is here, it's not only these 6 or 7 or 8 problems. There are several problems you can find out. Energy crisis will be, food crisis will be, at the same time even shelter housing facilities also would be for the people. It will be difficult to provide housing facilities because when number of people increasing, how can you expect that government will provide required houses for the people? So many houses are to be constructed, but government cannot do that. It cannot spend money on this. But there are people criticizing government. No, you are not supposed to do that. You are giving birth to many babies, but you are expecting something from the government. It's not the way. It's not the way. Just you need to control your own members, number of members in your family, and based on that, you have to work on your own family. Don't expect everything from the government. But you are blaming the government. No, government is not able to do, not able to control. What nonsense? You are not doing anything. You are not supporting the government. You are not doing your own role. This is unfortunate. So if things are like this, definitely there will be a problem. So these are all energy crisis, food crisis, housing problems, shelter crisis. That's we call shelter crisis. So these are all problems we are facing due to what is the problem. Then sir, okay sir, then what is to be done when problems are like this? Then how to control this? It's a big problem, of course. Everybody can say it's a big problem. Then what is to be done? What kind of measures that are to be taken up? What we need to do? What we need to do? How to control? The question is how to control? How to control overpopulation? How to control overpopulation? First point to take is, it is not easy to do easy to overcome this problem. There is a problem of many countries, like I said earlier, in Brazil that's a big problem, in China it's a big problem, India is a big problem, right? So there are many countries, this is a big problem, we can't do anything, but at the same time it's our duty to do. It's there in the side of the people and of the government. Togetherly, even all the people in the country and even world collectively must do certain things, then only these people are able to overcome this problem. So what is to be done? First of all, we need to take a first one, spreading awareness. Spreading awareness is a big point. When awareness is that's created, it's a global problem. I already said. People, if they are educated, these people can go out, can understand, can take this, can control their own family. Giving birth to many babies may be decreased. So here the certain camps are to be conducted, programs are to be conducted from side of the people, from side of the government. So from the side of the government, so there are certain things are to be done. So awareness camps are to be conducted, and when awareness is there regarding the burden of population, these people will come out and they will control their own population. This is our first point, spreading of awareness. And second important, effective implementation of family planning programs. Family planning program. Effective implementation of family planning program. So that talking about this family planning program was introduced in 50s, but because we are not able to implement well, there are problems in which people are aware or not aware of this, and the government also not interested to go to each and every village. And forceful means of control the birth rate is important point is here. We need to control the birth rate. Birth rate is to be controlled. Certain measures are to be taken up. Certain devices that are to be used to control the birth rate. If not, then it is to be done forcefully, according to my opinion. It is to be done forcefully. It's not simply going to villages and asking them to come. No, they won't come. Just do something. Yes, what is that? How white people, how many in each and every house, how many people are there, how many babies are there, why they gave birth to many babies. So certain schemes like giving ration cards and all the things should be banned. You are not supposed to give ration card for the people who are having many children, and they must go for family planning program, family planning. And those are interested, those who join, those who have done this program, those are implementing this program are to be encouraged by giving certain support or incentives. So this is to be done. First, second point. And third point, and very very important point, empowerment of women. Empowerment of women. This is very very important point. Empowerment of women. Empowerment in the sense here, women is the base for the family. So when awareness is created for women, when awareness that is there for the women, when talking about this education that is given for women, if the women, a large number of women members are coming out, they are able to separate their own family. They can understand, they can take certain measures. So study and their studies, their health is to be looked after. When they are healthy, they can look up, they can make a family as healthy. This is my point. When they are educated, family may be educated. When they are well developed, the family may be well developed. So here, when they are able to come out and they can understand, they can go through the society, they can understand what is the important, what is that problem that is there due to overpopulation. So that will be there in the society. So my point is here, women empowerment is a powerful weapon to control the population. So that is about third point. And fourth point, very very important, certain incentives are to be given. Government incentives. This point is very very important. Incentives. Government must in a position to provide incentives to the people who are supporting the government regarding control of the population. Example, you take those who are not supporting, such people must be banned from the entry into the politics. That's the point. The second point, those who are supporting must be encouraged by giving certain schemes, certain health cards, ration cards, and all the things must be given, allowing them to get entry into politics. So people who are having 4 or 5 members, children, must must be banned from all the activities. They can understand. Then they can understand. It's easy to them. It's easy to control this population. If this is not done effectively, then houses are to be given for them. Children, education must be given, and ration cards must be given, health cards must be given, employment cards must be given. Everything must be given for the people who are supporting. If not, that those who are not supporting must be banned from all these activities. If these things not done, it will be difficult to control this. Because creating awareness one thing, understand they must implement, they must support, and even certain laws are to be formed. Example, talking about China, one child legislation, one child legislation. You have to take this. Government should come out with certain measures and laws. According to this, certain laws are to be made. Example, take one or none policy. China introduced. They introduced one or none policy in 1980. In 1980, they introduced one or none policy. They introduced one on one policy in 1980. At the time, fertility rate is 6%. By 2014, their fertility rate is 1.5%. See fertility rate, how it is decreased. Fertility rate in the sense average number of babies to a woman during her life span. You got the point? Fertility rate 1668 is 1.5. Of course, in India also 1.9 something is there. That's different. Such strong and forceful laws that are to be written and implemented effectively, then definitely you can control this population. One on one policy is a big policy. One on one policy is a big policy. So that my point is here, certain aspects are to be implemented. These are all things must be done effectively. We need to allot money. We need to allot funds. Awareness should be given. Planning program, family planning program is to be given, is to be implemented effectively. Empowerment of women also is important, and incentives that are to be incentives like giving books and for children, and clothes for children, houses for people who are supporting this, who are supporting the government, who are trying to control the population. At the same time, one child legislation. You mean that certain laws are to be made, certain points or certain announcement must be there from state government, and government forcefully must introduce these all things. So my point is here, if as long as the mindset of the people is not changed, this burden, this problem will not be removed. So that my point is, everybody must be alert, and regarding the population, overpopulation. If it is continued, then Indian government cannot do anything. In future, India or such countries may be places for the starvation. So my point is, if you want to control the population growth, we need to implement all the things effectively. Then only we will be free from all these problems. Thank you. Tomorrow.